I tried to queue into a leveling roulette today, right? And I remembered I don't have the quest lock jobs, and I was like, oh no, I can't do that. So yeah, that's why we're gonna do that today, because I kind of want to get my Dragoon leveled up so that I can wear the level 60 PvP gear, because I want to get that Dan title for this alt character. Oh, and hello there, Winglet, and hello there, Zen. How are you? How do I talk without moving my lips? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ventriloquism, yes, exactly. Because the best career on the planet is to be a butterfly ventriloquist. Let that sink in. And not the sink in of the Elon Musk sink in. Let that sink in properly. Anyway. My game and character wasn't moving their lips. They do, actually. Let me decline this real quick. Like, if I say something, I don't know, what... is there even anyone in Free Company today? No, I'm the only one. Okay, let's say something in Free Company chat. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, there we go. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, he's moving his lips. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. So whenever you say something in chat, you have, well, it moves the lips of the character, but you do have the option to turn that off. The lip movement, you have the option to turn that off in settings. Yo, Tabitha, how's it going? I hope you're doing well on this Thanksgiving Day. Let's see. Give your voice to the butterflies. Exactly. The ma, sort of way. Exactly. I was explaining what was happening today, but my character's lips weren't moving. Well, it doesn't sync up with what I'm saying in the stream. It syncs up with what you type in chat. Used to have yours off because you'd stand there in RP talking to unseen people. Gotcha. You're still recovering from the concert. Is it your head or is it your ears? Because let me tell you something. When I used back in the day when I used to go to concerts and stuff, my ears would start hurting. And the Oscar goes to Tabitha. Hello, sir. You have a hangover. What, you were drinking? What were you drinking? Hence the fact that it was a joke. What joke? Zen, you might be lying to me. Anyway. The Lands of Fury. It is pleasing to see how readily the dragon stirs within you. You show great potential, Bat. A potential that may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Estinian is no ordinary Dragoon. Even when set against the legendary Azuras of ages past, the man is considered second to none. Such is his prowess. In fact, that the day he was chosen by the Eye, it was proclaimed that Haldorath, the Dragon's Eye, had been reborn. I mean not to disparage your skills, but to pursue Estinian is in your current state would be tantamount to suicide. As promised, I shall train you in the way of the Dragoon, that you might face Estinian as an equal. Before we commence, however, it is only fitting that you are edified regarding our origins. It all began a millennium past, when our forebears resided in the southern plains in humble circumstances. The fairy, impressed by the spirit of our ancestors, decided it was meet that she make them her own. Decided it was meet that she make them her own. Okay. So did she appear before Haldrath's sire, a man of courage and integrity named Thoroddan, and bade him lead her people to the promised land, to what would become the great nation of Ishgard. Their journey brought them to a wide chasm, whereupon Thoroddan and his people set to building a bridge. It was then that a dark shadow descended upon them, the great worm Nidhogg. Heedless of his own safety, Thoroddan fearlessly charged at the colossal beast. Alas, he was pushed into the chasm by one of his own, a man seduced by the worm, and fell to his death. Taking up his slain sire's lance, Haldrath hurled himself at Nidhogg, even as tears streamed down his face. The confrontation ended when the young man, his hand guided by Halon, landed a mighty thrust that prized out Nidhogg's eye. With a terrible roar of pain, the great worm took wing and fled, while jubilation resigned below. Ishgard's priceless relic is none other than the eye taken from Nidhogg that day. It is a veritable wellspring of dragon power. Even so removed from his owner, it can exert control over the hearts of men. Haldrath himself felt its malign influence, but his love of justice brooked no corruption, and he prevailed over the power, claiming it for his own. And so it was that the first Azure Dragoon was born, being derived from our foe. The power of the dragon is a thing to be loathed. But as Haldrath proved to us all, so long as our hearts burn with justice, we need not fear being taken in its thrall. But what is justice precisely? Justice assumes many shapes and forms, Bat, and none can say that one is greater than the other. So long as you hold fast to your beliefs and stay true to yourself, you leave no room for the power of the dragon to master you. But enough of history. Let us return our attention to the present. A knight by the name of Sir Brucemont will see the next stage of your training. Seek him out at Witch Drop. I will do that. I'm sorry, I missed a little bit of chat there. Hold on. A bangover from head banging and a hangover from drinking, right? Let's see. You're happy to meet the guitarist again? Yes. That was really good. I'm really happy for you there, Tabitha. Estinian about to get disparaged? Really? It's interesting because doesn't Estinian have plot armor? Does justice burn within you? Maybe. It is possible. Wait, where is this guy? He's all the way over there. Well, I'm gonna get him. A friend surprised you with his stage-worn jacket experience, so I got his jacket and he wore on his jacket he wore on stage. What is with his stage? What? No, I'm really happy for you. All jokes aside. All right, where is this man? He's down there. How dare you? Where are you? There you are. So the adventurer seeks to become a dragoon. Ha! Sir Elbrick speaks of legends and chosen ones, but I would see you prove yourself in a more practical fashion. With your lance, defend yourself. What? This man just completely set a trap for me. Take that. You have some skill, I will give you that, and the glow of your soul crystal. Perhaps Sir Elbrick was not wrong about you after all. Now return to him. Your training here is complete. Yeah, dick. Let me out. Give you a big hug, and it's also nice. You also got to meet the other guitarist because he was around. Nice, nice. Did you cut off a lock of their hair as a keepsake? I heard that's all the rage nowadays. I heard that from Family Guy. The soul of the dragon grows even stronger within you, Bat. Clearly, your trial was a rousing success. I need only observe your crystal to know as much. Yes, though you have only just begun to walk the path of a dragoon, it is clear you possess the talent to become Estenian's equal. Go forth and make the powers you have obtained your own. When the time is right, we shall proceed with your training. No, thanks. Well, that's the thing, Tabitha, is that at that age, 10 years ago, you don't necessarily think of, goals like that. But when you get older and get more experienced, you can actually make your dreams come true, Or you can just time travel and tell young Tabs, yeah, that's true too. Just send a message, send a memo to the past self. But then again, you never know if your past self was gonna send you a memo too. I received a memo from my past self, and all it said was, "You're a dork." Anyway. Unfading Skies, level 40. You grow ever stronger, and I speak of more than just the flesh. Aye, you are slowly but surely realizing your potential as your dragoon. It is heartening to look upon, though I must confess that my presiding feelings is one of relief. You must understand, the mere thought that the eye would choose an outsider, one who ill comprehends the threat posed by the dragons, filled me with the gravest of misgivings. Yet you have. But I shall say no more, lest flattery impede your improvement. Now, during our last lesson, I enlightened you regarding the origins of dragoons. You will recall, however, how Heldreth heroically triumphed over the great worm Nidhogg, and Ishgard came into possession of the Eye. Tell me, Bat, do you believe that these events truly transpired, or are you inclined to think them fairy tales? I ask you this because few folk have seen dragons in the flesh besides we Ishgardians, and most would as soon dismiss them as products of imagination. Alas, dragons are no less real than you and I, with Nidhogg perhaps the most real of all. In the course of its history, Ishgard has suffered the creature's wrath on 8 separate occasions. Each time the great worm rouses, the blood of countless Ishgardians is spilled. Let us revisit the past once more, Bat. The time of 20 summers past, and the place Dravania. Let's see. And then you'd meet the whole band. You will soon. You will soon. Dan past was rude. True. I wish I could go back and punch my past self in the nose. After a century in slumber, Nidhogg awakened once more to resume his reign of terror. Entire villages were razed to the ground, their inhabitants reduced to smoldering ash. Sensing the great worm's unbridled rage, others of his kind began to rouse, and in such numbers as to blot out the sun with their wings. A deep foreboding darkness swept over Ishgard. Raging infernos painting the belly of the sky and an angry red. The agonized screams of innocence fading into deathly silence. In my station as the Azure Dragoon, I was there through it all, bore witness to all the horrors. But there was no time to offer even a silent prayer. Nidhogg lingered in one place only long enough to lay it to waste, and when he took wing, so too did I pursue him, a man possessed. This game of cat and mouse continued for what seemed an eternity before I found myself face to face with the great worm. The battle unfolded in a tiny settlement on the edge of Karathos. Excuse me. I keep saying the name wrong. It's not Karathos, it's Karathos. Raging on for 3 days and 3 nights, with neither side able to gain the decisive advantage. Remaining on my feet by sheer force of will, I realized that it must end now, else it shouldn't end well. Marshalling all my last ounce of strength, I wagered all on a single thrust. My lance struck home, burying deep in the ruin of my opponent's empty eye socket, yet before I could withdraw my weapon, the worm lashed out wildly in its agony, dealing a blow that left me sprawled upon the scorched earth, nigh whatever that word is. I'm assuming it's unable to move. In that instant, I thought myself surely doomed, but Halone was not finished with me. Having lost the taste for battle, Nidhogg let loose a blood-curdling roar before fleeing to the sky. The battle was over. While I did not perish from my injuries, they rendered my body unfit to bear the power of the dragon, and I was Azure Dragoon no more. Lying bedridden, my thoughts wandered to all the innocent lives that had been lost, the people I had failed to protect. That last conflict with the dragons of Dravania left countless orphans in its wake. Estinian is one of them, the sole survivor of Ferndile. Ferndile? The final village to suffer Nidhogg's wrath. With none left to care for him, I did the only thing I could. I took Estinian as my own son, instructing him in the way of the Dragoon when he was of an age to learn. Yet I would not have you think me noble. My actions were born not of compassion, but of guilt. My guilt at having failed him. But alas, I have also failed him as a father. For what manner of a man did I bring him up to be? A thief who would endanger the life of every one of his countrymen? Aye, you heard me right. All of Ishgard may suffer for his crime, though we know little and less of the minds of dragons. It is conceivable that the disturbance surrounding his stolen eye will rouse Nidhogg to awaken once more. That his kin have already stirred from their slumber serves as fair warning of that. Time is not on our side. Fortunately, it would seem you are more than ready to embark on your next trial. Make your way to Witch Drop, where the knight Scrabble words awaits your arrival. My nation is depending on you, Bat. Sir? Sir Scrabble the Brave, indeed. There's so many people that have descended from Scrabble words. Oh, it's a lady. A noble and unspellable lineage, indeed. You are the one who would aspire to be Azure Dragoon. Why, you are not even of Ishgard. If you truly possess the power that Sir Elbrick sees in you, then prove it to me with your lance. On guard! Oh, she set a trap for me. This... How dare her! Take that. A lady in Final Fantasy? Is this a new thing? Yes, and entirely exclusive for this game. Everybody says hello with weaponry. True. That strength, I have not seen its like since Estinian himself stood before me. Mayhap Sir Elbrick has the right of it after all. Return and show your crystal to him. I have no doubt he will be pleased. This isn't over, ma'am. I have a bone to pick with you and the other guy who, you know, set a trap for me. At least we got, well, it's snowing, but at least we could see stuff. They have a bone to pick with me too, and are willing to cut the bone out. Ouch! That hurts. That hurts. You have passed yet another trial with flying colors, Bat. The day when you may stand before Estinian as an equal is not far off. And when that day comes, the Eye will choose you over the traitor. I have no doubt of this, but we must be patient still. For now, you must continue your training. When you can do no more on your own, seek me out once more. Level 45. Double Dragoon. Impeccable timing, Bat. A message arrived from Estinian but moments ago, much to my astonishment. He would trade words with us and bid us meet him at Boulder Downs. As to his true intentions, I cannot say. It may well be a trap, but we must go nonetheless. I trust I can count on your company. Sure. I'm going to the Boulder Downs. All the way over there. What a lovely place. Let's build a summer home. True. Let's do that. It's him. It's that guy. All right, I'm gonna do my best to do. I don't know. Should I try to do an Estinian voice? I don't know. Greetings, master. It has been too long. Estinian, end this folly at once. You must know that each second the Eye passes outside Ishgard's walls brings us closer to a repeat of the tragedy of 20 summers past. Surrender yourself and the Eye, and return with me to Ishgard before it is too late. That's a hard no. Can anybody tell me where I am? The blacksmith forgot to cut holes in the Iron Vengeance, yeah. But it is already too late, master. For you see, Nidhogg has already awakened. What? Hear me, master. You have mistaken the cause of the dragon's return. The Eye is not to blame. The premonition came to me by virtue of the dragon within, warning me that the great worm would soon arouse. This is going to be murder on my voice when we do Heaven's Word eventually. Even as he slumbers, Nidhogg seethed with impressionable rancor for that wound of 20 years ago. That rancor will send him flying as a speeding arrow to Ishgard, whereupon death and devastation will ensue. But there is a possible solution. Were the Eye taken to a remote land, far from the Holy See, then, and only then, could destruction be averted, and the lives of innocent Ishgardians be spared. You mean to make a bait of yourself? Nay, There's more than this that you're letting on. You seek vengeance for Ferndale. We have a little time yet. I will spend the next hour explaining. Exactly. To me, the two are one and the same. You know my past is past better than any else. It was for no reason than to avenge my family that I became a Dragoon. Dragons long outlive men and do not soon forget the wrongs done them. What grudge they harbor burns as a fire in their hearts, over time swelling into unquenchable inferno. You need only look back at the history to see that Nidhogg grows stronger with each awakening. When last he darkened our skies, the great worm came with a hair's breadth of lying waste to Ishgard. Burning, spawning, yeah, same thing. Not sort of death will prevent him from completing his mission when next he wakes. Nidhogg took everything from me. Now I shall take everything from him, even if it means my life. The eye works in many ways. The eye works in ways men ill comprehend, but this much is plain. In choosing two Azure Dragoons in one generation, it means for us to join together in common cause. Adventurer, you have heard my resolution. Now I ask that you lend me your power. The power of the dragon. In the long and proud history of Ishgard, never before have two Azure Dragoons risen in the same era to fight as one. This is our best, nay, our only chance to send the great worm to eternal slumber. Behold my armor. This is the Draken mail, forged in the lifeblood of dragons. As blood calls to blood, so too does the armor call to the dragons within. Redoubling the wearer's strength thereby. If you would realize your potential as an Azure Dragoon, you must needs clad yourself in the same. Clad so, you will inherit the technique passed from Azure Dragoon to Azure Dragoon, down through the generations. Then, and only then, will your training be complete. But first, you must win the Draken mail as I and Sir Albric did before you, by proving yourself worthy in the ultimate trial of the Azure, and a series of battles so harrowing as to send the unworthy to an early demise. Master, once the adventurer acquires the armor, pray see to it that he learns to harness the power of the dragon in full. Estinian, wait! Save your worries. I did not mean to make myself easy prey for dragons. I take my leave of you. Again, that's going to be murder when I play Heaven's Word. Where'd the music go? Hello, music. Give me one moment. Well, not that music. Jesus Christ. Heaven knows, indeed. Hestinian. Forgive me, I was deep in thought. Now then, as to acquiring the armor of which Hestinian spoke. At first, it was my intention to bequeath mine own armor to you. I am an Azure Dragoon no longer, and its powers are wasted on me. It would be simple enough to hand it over to you and complete your training right here and now. But it is as Hestinian said, the Drachian armor is no ordinary set of mail. Its strength derives from the dragon's blood, whence it came. The blood's power resonating within the soul of the wearer. Though I can no longer draw upon mine own armor's power, its bond to me was forged years ago. Were I to bestow it to you now, I fear it would offer but a scintilla of protection it's afforded me in those bygone days. Aye, Hestinian has the right of it. You must claim your armor as he and I did before you. You must complete the trials of the Azure, that the powers of dragon blood be yours and yours alone. The ogre's belly will be where your final test begins. I shall dispatch Sir Brucemont there. Seek him out upon your arrival. He's gonna lay another trap for me, I know it. He always had it in for me. Damn, that's actually quite a long way to go. He's in the cave. Where are you? Oh, I almost flew right past you. You have grown strong since we last met, adventurer, but you pale in comparison with your azure forebearers. If you would prove me wrong, let your lance do the talking. Oh, he set another trap. How dare him? Take this. Why don't I let the chocobo ride me sometimes? Give the poor bird a break. I can use my my motorcycle if you want. Once again, adventurer, you prove yourself worthy beyond my expectations. Take this, but know that your trial has only just begun. Your next challenge lies in the chamber beyond. Sir Scrabble Words awaits you there. And I actually didn't know that if it's a female sir, they spell it S-E-R. That's actually interesting. Or both, yeah, exactly, or both. I wish they would have a bat mount in this game. They don't have a bat mount. It's disappointing. I thought they were just doing Sir all the time. I haven't paid attention enough to know. I'm sorry. You, a foreigner, would don the Drachian armor, then prove to us that you will not do it dishonor. She set another trap. How dare her? I'm willing to think that they're all setting traps for us. How dare you? Come on, Dragoon, stop trying to kill your visitors. Exactly. Sir Elbrick said the eye had chosen you, and it would appear he speaks true. The armor is yours. Wear it with pride and honor. Your trial is nigh complete, but be forewarned, many before you have made it this far, only to fall at the final challenge. Do not let overconfidence be your downfall. Wow. This way. So, you have made it this far. Very well. Prove yourself worthy of the Azure, or die in the effort. Says the lady who tried to get us killed. True. You have demonstrated your powers to me beyond a doubt. Aye, there is not an Ishgardian who would gainsay your right to don the armor of dragons. I shall send word ahead to Sir Elbrick that you have passed your trials here. It is he who will be present with he who will present you with the fourth piece of armor and consummate your training. Now go, my fellow Dragoon, and deliver this land from the great worm's wrath. I will. Promise. Almost killing someone passes for a friendly greeting these days? Yeah. In these parts? Indeed. That's how they say hello. It's like that one comedy movie where they encountered aliens and the way they say hello is to kick each other in the balls. I hear from Sir Brucemont that you performed most impressively. Yes, I stand more convinced than ever that you will be the one to save our land. Yet be warned, Bat, one last trial awaits you. You will face this trial in the presence not of knights, but of ghosts. Make your way towards the Steel Vigil, and seek out the gravestone north and west of the structure. Take with you this flute, and when you reach your destination, blow a single strong note. A visitor shall soon arrive. Entertain your guest, and should he leave behind a present, return it here to me. Sure. Look at that view. Nice indeed. Oh, I'm too far away. Who the hell are you? Wait, they gave us a horde skull? What the hell? Draconian flute, horde skull. Does that look like a skull to you? It looks like a wishbone. Your presence before me indicates you've seen to the visitor. Have you aught to show for your deeds? Ah, the skull of a grey wine. Old warrior of the Dravanian horde. It's said that in ages past, he could bring down a castle with a single breath. His strength has dwindled since those days, but a dragon past his prime is a formidable foe nonetheless. In slaying him, you have proven yourself worthy of this. You now possess 4 pieces of the armor that Estinian, myself, and our forebears did wear. While you doubtless wonder about the 5th, I can tell you only that it is not mine to give. Fear not, however, your triumphs in the trials and against the dragon of the horde give evidence that Draxian blood now resonates with yours. Yes, you stand before me as prepared for your ultimate challenge as any could be. And yet, before we proceed, I would hear it from your own lips. The great worm's power is the stuff of legends. Have you truly resolved to fight this battle, to risk your own life, to deliver a foreign land from the clutches of its ancient foe? When you are certain that your mind is settled, return and speak to me. Huzzah! None of this stuff helps me, actually. 45. Fatal Seduction? Fatal Sedition? Sure, whatever. So, you would join your strength to Estinians. That Ishgard might be free from the rage of the great worms forevermore? Then I shall honor my promise. You shall have full use of your powers by the time we are done. Before we begin, there is something I must needs confess. You will recall the tale of my battle with Nidhogg 20 years past, and now the power of the dragon left me on account of the injuries I sustained. What I said was an untruth. The power did not abandon me, Bat. It was I who abandoned it. Being derived from our mortal enemies, the power of the Azure Dragoon is a double-edged sword. Even as it lends us the strength we need to smite dragons, it, heightens our communion with the creatures, rendering our minds more susceptible to their sedition than ordinary men. Even as I buried my lance in Nidhogg's flesh, our gaze locked, and mine eyes met then with a look that would fair impale a man. In that instant, I found myself assailed by a torrent of emotions not mine own. Sorrow, rancor, pity. They threatened to drown the man in me and leave behind a dragon. Fearing that I might turn traitor, I chose to purge myself of the power that the Eye had bestowed upon me, thus regaining lucidity. I was able to rout the grievously wounded Nidhogg. Alas, countless of his brethren yet remain, as if to mock me. They fell upon Ferndale with a vengeance. Bereft of my power, it was all I could do to save but one child. Nary a soul knows of this, nay, not even Estinian, but I can keep him in the dock no longer. At our last meeting, Estinian said that protecting Ishgard and exacting revenge upon Nidhogg are as one to him. That frame of mind, I fear, may well lead to his demise. The desire to protect and the desire to avenge are opposing forces that can ill be reconciled? Maybe? I don't know. Worse, the latter serves only to cloud his sense of self. When next Estinian and I meet, I intend to confess all, though it mean the loss of his good opinion. The outcome of the coming battle and his very life may well depend upon his readiness to relinquish his powers. Never allow yourself to forget the origins of your strength. Ever does the dragon lurk behind your eyes, biding its time, ready to claim you for its own. Aught less than complete conviction, and you will find yourself in its vice-like clutches. So, forewarned, let us return to our present endeavor. My promise to Estinian was that I would impart upon you the technique that will mark you as a true Azure Dragoon. If you would know the truth, however, this knowledge is not within my power to bestow. No, you must claim the technique, which, as you must claim the technique much as you claim the fourth piece of the armor you bear, by proving yourself in battle with the dragons whose power you would unite with your own. I entrust you with this flute once more. Take it to the southwest of Province Point and blow a single note. By locking wills with your adversary and prevailing, you will prove yourself worthy to champion the cause to which your lance is sworn. The dragon within you shall then awaken. Yo, look at all these dragoons. So many dragoons here. And technically, this level should give me a level. This quest should give me a level up. Should. No promises, though. It is good to see you safely returned. I take it from your bearing that the engagement went favorably. You left this place as a man, but you return as a dragon. There is no more for me to teach you. From here, your battle is yours and yours alone. Now, you might recall me saying that the fifth and final piece of the Drakian armor was not mine to give. However, that is not wholly true. I could guide you in the direction of that which you seek. That said, I yet have reservations. The sheer power of the dragon housed within is such that a great many of your azure forebearers, myself among them, have proven hopelessly incapable of wielding it. But I do not doubt what I see. I within you has awakened a strength that forever eluded the likes of me. If you are not worthy of wearing the armor, then I know none who are. Remember my warning to you, Bat, and heed it well. Nidhogg is a lord among his kind. Aught less than complete conviction, and you will surely fall under his thrall. Before you can master your foe, you must needs master yourself. Hone your lance arm until it can bear no further honing, and then present yourself to me. When the time is come, I will tell you what you need to know. I look forward to our next meeting, my young Dragoon. Oh, there's like only 1,300 experience until the next level. That's hilarious. Anyway, not the delivery Moogle. You, sir. Cannot see target. What do you mean? Into the Dragon's Maw. Level 50. Ah, Bat. An urgent message arrived from Estinian in your absence. He bids you come at once to the Stone Vigil. It would seem Nidhogg is on the move, and rather sooner than we had anticipated. It appears you have not fully become master of the dragon within you, and yet we are racing against time. I fear we have no choice but to do battle with the best of your current abilities, and without the Drakian mail I promised. Now let us away. Estinian must know the truth of Ferdile, lest he fall for the great worm's seduction. Alright, let's go. No time like the present. quest. How dare they level sync my quest? How dare they? I mean, I'm only 51, but still. This is all Kendra's fault? Because she's not here with me to fight with me? Is that what you mean? Albric, I have waited long for this day. You, who fancy yourself as Azure Dragoon, the man whose cause you have taken for your own, is a coward. He relinquished the power of the dragon of his own volition and watched as Ferndale burned. Do you not think it ironic that I was chosen as your Dragoon, I, an orphan who has not the value to protect in Isgard? I suppose I must give thanks, for it was the I that revealed to me the truth so damning as to undo a lifetime of trust. I loved you as a father, but I can ill forgive you for Ferndale. Yo, Naughty, how's it going? No, the level sync I see. You blame Kendra for not catching the aquamation? What aquamation? I don't know what that is. As I understand it, you've kept even the Archbishop in the dark regarding the missing eye. Do you mean to take your shame to your grave? Robot fish? Okay. But I waste my breath. Prepare yourself, old man, for I shall lay to waste all the things you hold dear. Once I am finished with you, I shall do what no Azure Dragoon has succeeded in doing. I shall claim Nidhogg's head. Calm yourself, Stinian. Your rage renders you vulnerable to the dragon's influence. Bat. In you, I thought I had found kindred, someone besides whom I could fight the great worm. It is with a heavy heart that I relinquish that dream. Your affection for this coward has rendered you deaf to your own destiny. Do not succumb to the dark side. True. Very well. That we would one day cross lances was inevitable. I can never. Inevitable. There we go. From the moment of our first meeting, as we shall now find out who is the Eye's true chosen. There can be only one. Did he really say that there could be only one? Yes, yes, he did. Voice from within. Feeble creature, dost thou desire power? Look to thine anger and to thy hatred. It is there that thou shalt find it.
O mighty Nidhogg, Lord of Dragons. Grant unto me thy blood, that I might be granted the claws and fangs, wherewith to rend thine enemies. Bat, this is impossible. It cannot be.
Forgive me, Estinian, I have failed you once again. I am fine, somewhat shaken, but otherwise whole of body. Suffice it to say, I have much to reflect upon. Let us return to the observatorium. I'm actually concerned because, as far as I know, there's a pretty big plot hole between now and Heaven's Ward. Whatever. Zen, are you okay? I mean, you desire powder? What kind of powder do you desire? Hopefully, like, I don't know, like baking soda for baking needs, or maybe some flour? Powdered sugar, possibly. Sugar? Okay, okay. Maybe Zen is cooking some cookies or something. I don't know. When the being of darkness closed upon us, you appeared to me the spitting image of Haldrath the Dragon's Eye, just as he is depicted in the Holy Scriptures. I thought that mayhap the years had taken their toll on my mind, but behold, the soul of the dragon shines as it never did in all the years I bore it. It would seem you have achieved that which thought impossible. You have awakened the ability that none but the first Azure Dragoon possessed. Truly a momentous achievement. I can still scarce believe that you were able to summon the selfsame Drakian male born by Heldrath. To think that it had been sealed within the soul crystal all this time. I have borne witness to many and more wonders over the years, yet none compares to you, my young dragoon. Could it be that you are... Mark not my mutterings. I am certain that it was your indomitable sense of justice that resonated with the spirit of the first Azure Dragoon, prompting him to bestow the armor upon you. Yes, that is doubtless what happened. As the being of darkness faded, so too did Nidhogg's aura subside, and now his kind have ceased their stirring. Whether this was compelled by your awakening, I cannot say. I suspect we will learn the truth of it eventually. Estinian, my dear boy, whatever becomes of him, he will ever be a son to me. I pray that he is somewhere out there still, and that he has not wholly forgotten the great man he once was. When that darkness brushed against me, the self-same torrent of emotions swept over me as those I experienced 20 summers past. But there was something else besides. There was a voice, and it lamented the rift that divides dragons and men. You will come to comprehend what I speak in due time. Till then, Bat, I pray that you will ever use your newfound strength in the name of justice. Zen and the art of cooking indeed. And I have to I have to actually walk into Heaven's Ward to do the next quest. Damn it. But I did learn some abilities. Huzzah! Cool. So, question is, what do we do next? What we could do is go put that stuff into the armoire so it gets out of our inventory. What do we have here? Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, wait, getting ahead of myself. Recommended gear. There we go. Okay. This is good. This is not so good. Not so good. This is good. Wow. I mean, we can probably make a glamour for the Dragoon. Where is it? Where'd they go? Oh, wait. It's naked, I know. It's terrible, I know. Glamour plates, 2... Glamour over it. There we go. There. Now we look like a proper Dragoon. Yeah, that happens a lot in this game. A lot of nakedness. Not too shabby. I like the actual job quest gear, like the dark purple, then the what is it, like an aqua blue that the level 50 ones that they give you. I prefer this color. Anyway, let's see. I don't want to do main scenario. I don't want to do main scenario, but it's the only way that I can level up my character, right? How long is it going to take? 23 minutes to queue. God damn it. I don't even know what to do for 23 minutes. Let's see. There's Paladin, things I need to do. Paladin, Warrior, Monk, Ninja, Scholar, Bard, and Summoner. I need to do those quest lines for... Anyway. I really don't want to wait 23 minutes. Anyway. I mean, we could probably go and do Paladin one. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do Paladin, but I want to take a small break so I can grab some more coffee, try to relax my throat. So I will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes time, okay?
Okay, that's fascinating.
Okay, I've returned, and enjoy your lurk there, Lil. Let me update the stream title to Paladin instead of Dragoon. Is it Paladin or Paladin? It's actually a good question. Let me switch over. Oh, I turned into a Rogadin. Paladin, okay. Oh, that's not a Rogadin, that's a cat person. What do you call those? A Rothgar? Rothgar? Whatever. Just a person in front of me, that's all. Anyway. Gelinus is his name, I think? Yeah, whatever. Honor lost. You have earned the right to call yourself a paladin, but how do others treat you? Do they recognize you for what you are? Remember that fancy swordplay and well-polished armor do not make you a paladin. You must be just in your heart, and strive always to be an exemplar of true virtue. Once, not long ago, the Sultan Sworn would walk the streets with their heads held high. When they marched by, the small folk would look upon them with reverence and gratitude. And no one was more respected than the captain, my predecessor. When I first saw him, I was still a child. My father had promised to take me to a local festival, but somewhere he took a wrong turn, and we became lost and stumbled into a secluded back alley. Luck was not with us, because the next moment we found ourselves in the middle of a riot. Drunken hunters were firing arrows into the crowd, and we were caught between them. There was no way out. It was only a matter of time before we would be struck. That's when the captain saved us from our plight. I'd never seen a sword move so swiftly. It flashed faster than my eyes could follow, and in seconds the hunters were on the ground or fleeing for their lives. The captain was gone down the street, slicing at their heels, before my father had time to thank him. Even today I can see the captain as he was then, blood on his sword, armor impossibly bright in the sun. After that, all I ever wanted to be was a paladin. I would practice endlessly with my sword, dreaming of bandits defeated and monsters slain. Even after I became one of the Sultan's Sworn, the memory of the captain still inspired me. I was always the first to arrive in the training yard and the last to leave. And so the years passed, and before I knew it, I found myself named captain of the Sultan's Sworn. Yet the triumph was hollow, because by then the honor of the Sultan's Sworn elite, that very thing that had drawn me to the Brotherhood, was a mere vestige, like the discarded banner of a defeated foe. There were many reasons for the fall, but the loss of Oathkeeper, yes, that was the mortal blow. The sword Oathkeeper was bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultan's Sworn by the then Sultan of Ul'dah. In time it became our standard, the symbol of the oaths we had sworn. It was treasured by each new captain for generations. Possession was proof of Sultan Sworn command. But then the unthinkable came to pass. Oathkeeper was stolen by the traitor. It shook our brotherhood to the core. How can we be trusted to protect the Sultana if we cannot even hold on to the symbol of our fealty? We have been tarnished in the eyes of ruler and ruled alike. If the Sultan's Sworn were to survive, we must find the traitor and recover Oathkeeper. But the Sultan's Sworn have grown too weak, and we cannot do it ourselves. We've been forced to recruit outsiders to help us in our cause. I have high hopes for you, my friend. It is a great thing that we ask, and you must learn more of our secrets if you are to succeed. In outer La Nocia, near the hermit's hovel, is a grove where ringtails congregate. Pitting yourself against a host of beasts would be a fine way to hone the skills that I will teach you. In the grove you will find another brazier, this time filled with a potent incense that will drive the creatures into a frenzy. Defeat your attackers and return to me. So he wants us to just go fight creatures? Is that what I'm led to believe? Okay. Oh, we got a level 50 thing here. Any more? Yep. We did it. Pray return to Ul'dah. Well done. You have taken the skills I taught you and made them your own. I still do not have a word of where the traitor is hiding, but I will inform you the moment I do. Until then, continue your training. Power struggles. Welcome, Paladin. You should know that word of your deeds has reached me. Few are those who follow the true Paladin path without misstep, but you are one of them. I am proud to call you brother. You have kept the faith, and in return I must have faith in you. It is time that you knew the truth, though it is hard to share, for it is a shame I would rather keep hidden from outsiders. Perhaps you remember when I told you of the traitor and the sword Oathkeeper that he stole. His name is Scrabblewords, and he was my predecessor as captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite. Yes, he was the same man whom I had admired as a child, who inspired me to take up the sword and follow the way of the Paladin. He was the paragon of paladins, until that is, he changed. Some years ago now, there was a struggle for influence between the Sultanate military and the faction within the syndicate known as the monetarists, whatever. The later emerged triumphant, and the army authority was diminished dramatically. Although Scrabblewords was still captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, he knew his position was perilous, so he fled, taking Oathkeeper with him. In doing so, he went against the words that he had spoken on bended knee before the royal liege. Now it falls to me, as captain, to restore the honor and name of the Sultan Sworn. If that means cutting down my former mentor and master, I would do it gladly, for his misdeed cannot be forgiven. But his death will not lift the stain that mars our name. He must be put on trial in a public court, so that everyone knows his crimes. Then, and only then, can we begin to earn the people's trust again. He served for over 30 years as captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, and he is a formidable foe. Few can match his skill with a sword. Even together, you and I will find it difficult to take him alive without mortal harm to one side or the other. So you must continue to hone your skills and prepare for the day when we face him. To complete the next stage of your training, you must do this. Go to the Urim River in eastern Thanalan and find the brazier we have placed there. By lighting it, you will draw the arrow of the lepodoids dwelling within the waters. Face the creatures in battle and master your own skills. The fight will not be easy, but if you take to heart what you have learned and let the crystal be your guide, you will triumph. You will triumph. Sure. This away, towards the bridge. Oh, damn. I hope that guy doesn't attack me. Good, you've mastered your new skills and made them your own. But much work remains to be done before you can face the traitor Scrabblewords. We are close to finding him, and as our net draws tighter, it grows ever more important that we make ready for the moment when the fish must be at last be landed. Okay? Level 45, Poisoned Hearts. Welcome, friend. I have important news for you. In my search for the traitor, I have been looking through old records and discovered something chilling. Around the time the traitor Scrabblewords was named captain, several famed soldiers of the Sultan Sworn met with untimely deaths. But strangely, our records do not say how they died. Curious, I begged the favor of an old friend and received permission to inspect medical records kept by Frundile's frontispiece. I discovered that the soldiers died in various ways, some in combat, some suddenly at night and in the barracks. But in nearly every case there were signs that poison had played a role in their demise. Yes, poison, carefully, invisibly administered. The more I read, the more I saw the dark hand of Death's embrace at work. Assassins in play and service of the monetarists. A society so secretive that few believe it truly exists. But no matter how skilled and devious the assassins, they should not have been able to kill so many of the Sultan Sworn elite without being discovered. Not, that is, without help from within our own ranks. So I asked myself, who had the most to gain from their deaths? One by one, the former captain, his trusted aides, the most capable of Sultan Sworn who might become future comrades, all of them slain by an invisible hand. And with their deaths, the way was open for Scrabblewords to become the Sultan Sworn's youngest captain in a century. If we catch him, it's a triple word score. True. The monetarists were plotting to kill the best and the bravest of the Sultan Sworn, to purge its ranks of greatness and enervate it so that it could no longer carry out its duty to serve as sword and shield of the Sultanate. No proper nouns in Scrabble, damn it. Which begs the question, how did Scrabblewords remain captain for 30 long years? How did he avoid the poisoner's kiss when men better than him had succumbed? There can be only one explanation. He was the monetarist's cat's paw, the turncloak in our midst. Needless to say, I am more determined to track him down than ever before. While I continue my investigation, I have a trial for you. I want you to seek the gallant armor, the legendary remnants worn by generations of the finest soldiers of the Sultan Sworn. In accordance with Sultan Sworn tradition, this set that would be yours has been scattered across southern Thanalan. Each piece has been locked within a coffer, which will be guarded by 2 men. You must best the Sultan Sworn themselves if you are to claim their armor. Okay. They said, I don't want to be kissed, indeed. Some people just don't want to be kissed. I'm one of those people. I do not like being kissed by random people. It actually takes me a long time to get, you know, comfortable enough with one person. Alright, where are we going? I guess I could have probably teleported to Little Alamigo, huh? You'll cross that off to your to-do list. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Probably shouldn't have used an AoE attack. Two more left. Question is, can I use this armor? Well, could use the arms. Can I use the feet? No. It's too weak for me. Port to Genlians, yes, whatever his name is. Good, the armor is yours. You have learned your lesson well and honed your skills, and now you are ready to face Scrabblewords the traitor. Yes, the time has come. I have discovered his hiding place and made contact through emissaries. We are negotiating the return of Oathkeeper. Secrecy is crucial, as is preparation. We will leave only when you are ready. Level 45, Parley in the Shangoli. The recovery of Oathkeeper will be the first step in restoring the honor of the Sultan Sworn. I have told Scrabblewords that if he returns the sword, we will give him a fair trial. Otherwise, he shall be captured and thrown at the feet of the Sultana for judgment. The parley is to take place south of Forgotten Springs in Sangoli Desert. Give me your map and I will mark the location. While I believe he is acting alone, we must be prepared for anything. You may be certain that the monasteries will not take kindly to his surrender. In fact, I believe that should the monasteries discover Scrabblewords is willing to parley, they will surely try to intervene. Therefore, we must not speak of what we do, not to anyone. We should travel separately, as not to attract attention. We shall meet again at the parley. Oh no, they're gonna level sync me. How dare them. How dare they level sync me. So, you dared to come. You are brazen one. I will grant you that. But did you really think I would find out? I wouldn't find out. Come, confess. My allies within the Sultan Sworn have told me the truth. I know you are working in league with the traitor and the monasteries. Confess. With your dying breath, you will tell me where I could find Oathkeeper and the traitor who stole it. Do you dare accuse my own Sultan Sworn of lying? We are comrades in arms, every one of us, bound in brotherhood by our oath. I would trust them with my life. What is your word when set against theirs? We know the meaning of honor. You are a naive fool. I suspected you from the beginning, ever since you showed me the soul of the Paladin that the traitor Scrabblewords gave you. You were, no matter how briefly, a Paladin, and as such, you are bound by a code of honor that is as unforgiving as it is noble. Traitor, I sentence you to death and decree that your body shall lie here and feed the crows. Wow, what a dick. Yo, come at me.
Wait! No! Not like this! Wait, stop! No! Fuck!
Exactly. You cannot do this. I am the greater swordsman. You're superior in every way. The voice of the villain as he falls, exactly. You are blinded, Jaelins, by your own conviction. Jaelins, remember your own lesson. A paladin does not exist to defend his position or the honor of his fellow Sultan Sworn. Darn it, Jenny. Exactly. Those men were assassins in service to the Monetaris. The moment you outlived your usefulness, you were to be killed. You and this free paladin of yours. Liar! You are their agent. You betrayed us for them. You were always naive, Jaelins. Too willing to trust your fellow man. It's one of your virtues, but you have a deplorable habit of turning your virtues into vices. Think, the information you uncovered, how did you come by it? Did it fall into your lap as if, oh, I don't know, someone was feeding you it feeding it to you for their own purposes? You and the paladins under your command are the Monetaris lapdogs. Jaelins, you have been led a merry dance, and followed their lead at every step. Then, you were never a traitor? You were innocent? I have wronged you. Easy now. Your wounds aren't mortal. But you still need to rest. I'll take care of the captain. He's had worse, and we'll have him back on his feet soon enough. You've become a fine warrior. But this is a paladin questline, not a warrior questline. And I learned all there is to know about the way of the paladin. I think perhaps that you are not aware just how much you've grown. Well, 'tis time you were made aware, paladin. When the captain's recovered, keep an eye on him for me, will you? He needs someone like you to watch his back. Paladin, I have done you a great wrong. I allowed myself to be hoodwinked, accused you of treason, and even turned my sword against you. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me. As for me, yes, I am recovered from my wounds, at least those that will heal. But far more important than that, Scrabblewords is innocent, after all. He was never a traitor, and the dream that I followed in my youth was not a lie. I've remained captain of the elite, although a poor substitute for my predecessor. I am now working on a plan to strike back at the Monetaris and restore the Sultan Sworn to its former strength. No, I do not be afraid for me. We've unmasked the foe, and he cannot hide behind his deceptions anymore. The assassins won't find it easy to reach me. For now, I will bide my time, marshal my strength, and when the time is ripe, strike hard at our enemies. Level 50. Keeping the Oath. Welcome, Paladin. I had hoped to see you before I left. You remained a true friend, even after the wrongs I did to you, and I owe you my trust. So I will tell you everything I have learned. After our encounter in the hills, I spent some time in the care of Scrabblewords, recovering from my wounds. As I convesciled, as we spoke, he gave me the true account of what happened these past few years in his solitary war against the Monteris. After he went into hiding, he tried to get word to me about what was happening, but I was surrounded by agents in the pay of the Monteris, who kept me isolated and ignorant. They planted the lie that Scrabblewords was a traitor, and tricked me into tracking him down. I was their puppet, twitching obediently at the end of the strings they pulled. But when I discovered the death's embrace had been behind the demise of my brothers and sisters, they panicked, especially when they found out I had shared the information with you. They set a trap for us and baited it with the promise of the parley with Scrabblewords. Scrabblewords was no traitor, as I should well have known, but I allowed myself to be deceived by the whispers of murmurs and flatterers. And no, that was not the way of it. It was not their lies that made me blind, but my desire, nay, obsession, to restore our honor. For the Sultan Sworn and all paladins who have bent the knee to a higher cause, honor is a means to an end, not the end itself. I lost sight of that, and in so doing lost sight of my true duty. Scrabblewords understood what was happening, and that is why he gave you the soul of the paladin. It was a remonstration, a message. Look how adventurers live, he was telling me. Where does their honor, their authority come from? I owe my position to the machinations of the Monteris. They calculated that a young captain, eager to prove his loyalty, bound by unquestioning fealty, would be all the eager to control. They were right. I am a sham and a fake, but the world does not know that. And even the illusion of power is a power of sorts. I can use it to fight back. I will tell my subordinates that I'm fleeing to Snowcloak in Corathus. When the Monteris hear this, as they surely will, they will send assassins after me again. But when they show their hand, I will stand my ground and fight back. I realize you may wish to offer your assistance, however, I cannot, in good conscience, put you in harm's way anymore. You, too, have become a target of the Cabal's assassins. The odds will be against me, that much is certain, but Scrabblewords has taught me much, and if I am brave and vigilant, I know I can triumph. I am sorry you have been caught up in our own political struggles, but now, as a paladin, it is time you traveled your own path. Yes, Scrabblewords wished to have a word with you as well. You will find him in central Thanalan. Allow me to mark the location on your map. Thank you for coming, Bat. We haven't much time, so I will be blunt. Jalen's will die if he faces death's embrace alone. I know what I must do, and I suspect you do as well. If you are the man I believe you to be, then we shall meet again soon. Guess we're going to Snowcloak. Well, goddamn. Feels like it was just only yesterday that we were here doing the Dragoon quest line. Sync to level 50. Luckily, I am level 50. Sorry I'm late. You as well? I told you to go to ground. This isn't your fight. First, Scrabblewords, now you. Are you both so eager to die? You forget that we are paladins. Wheresoever our duty leads us, we go, and do so of our own free will. To abide by one's own sense of justice is to embrace the Paladin's creed. Sworn or unsworn, we are Paladins true, and the only true oath we swear is the one we swear to ourselves. Now, come. Let us stand shoulder to shoulder and show the black hearts the metal of our souls and the steel of our swords. Let's do it. Now they want us to... Oh, wait. We're still in the instance, so... I can't mount up. No! Alright, let's go this way. That looks like a spot we should go to. A glowing grimoire. I can't move. Alright, what do we got here? Something up there? Yep, something up there. Yo, come here, sir. We did it. You have done well. You never flinched from your duty. You followed the path, and the path you knew you had to take, and you showed us what it means to be a paladin. And you even managed to prize the scales from Jalen's eyes while you were at it. It's been an honor to know you and to watch you grow. In any case, today's battle should blunt the monetarist dagger, and at least for a while. They'll think twice before sending assassins after the Sultan's sworn again. I trust you will see to the mess, Jalen's. Yes, sir. I mean, Captain, please, sir, return to the capital. Take up your command again. The burden, it is too much for the likes of me. The monetarists may have stolen Oathkeeper, but oaths are not forged in steel. They are sworn in the heart. You never betrayed your oath, Jalen's, and as for your leadership, well, ask the Paladin if he learned anything from you. No matter what the circumstances, once a man has left the Sultan sworn, he cannot return. No, I followed my own path, and on it I will stay. I have followed you since the day I vowed to join the ranks of the Sultan sworn. Has the time come for me to stop following and begin to lead? Thank you for coming. Once again, you have placed me in your debt. See me in the city when you return. I will give you something for will have something for you. Yep, thanks. Come on now. Oh, clicked off the game. There we go. Welcome, Paladin. These have been troubled times for the Sultan Sworn, and you have served us loyally. You did what you must. You did what was just, followed the Paladin's way, and defeated the weak and needy. You are a true oath keeper. Honor and right were yours from the very beginning, and that is what made you strong enough to defeat me. The sword Oathkeeper has yet to be found, but I have come to realize that I do not need it, nay, not to lead the Sultan Sworn, nor to restore our good name. The oaths we keep are in our hearts, not in hollowed blades. Scrabblewords has left to wander the nations of Eorzea. He is a man of honor, and unless I am very much mistaken, he will continue to look for the sword that was gifted to our ruler centuries ago. I shall continue to serve Ul'dah as one of the Sultan's sworn, and you shall defend the people of Eorzea as a free paladin. Our paths diverge now, but we shall forever be bound by the oaths we keep in our hearts. Ah, but listen to me. Noble words aren't much good for an adventurer who has to face monsters and menaces out in the real world. Fortunately, I have something that will serve you rather better. This sacred armor has been kept within the Sultan Sworn for many generations. It was given only to the Sultan Sworn who had, through feats of arms and deeds of great courage, earned the privilege to wear it. But something tells me that for the first time since I left the armor's forge, this armor should go to someone who is not of Sultan Sworn. If I allowed myself to be a slave to the tradition, the paladin who deserves it most would never wear it. Now, wouldn't that be a waste of fine plate? Just one more thing. If anyone asks where you got it, you mustn't say it was from me. Huzzah!